I cannot ask you a question. What is entrepreneurship? Which words come up to your mind when talking entrepreneurship? But I'm sure that I would hear many words like creativity and like innovativeness. Oh, Anna says big money, profit, risk, team, entrepreneur, entrepreneurialism, value added, startup, courage, great, pioneers, more. Super. I see I woke you up. Great. There are some more few words. But when you have keywords, of course, combining these keywords, you will come to the definition of entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. Myself, I learned about entrepreneurship actually when I went to Babson College and listened to the lessons of somebody who was really motivating me for the work I do today, and that is actually transferring my knowledge, my experience with the students. So let us just spend some minutes on defining entrepreneurship, entrepreneur, and some characteristics of entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurship, like very broad definition of entrepreneurship, says that entrepreneurship is the process of identifying, developing, and bringing a vision to life. The vision may be an innovative idea, an opportunity, or simply a better way to do something. The end result of this process is the creation of a new venture formed under conditions of risk and considerable uncertainty. And which are the main definitions of entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs are usually considered to bear risk while pursuing opportunities and are often associated with creative and innovative actions. Entrepreneurs undertake managerial role in their activities, but routine management of an ongoing operation is not considered to be entrepreneurship. In this sense, entrepreneurial activity is fleeting. An individual may perform an entrepreneurial function in creating an organization, but later is relegated to the role of managing it without performing an entrepreneurial role. If we just repeat what entrepreneurship is, broadly defined, entrepreneurship is a way of thinking and acting and an attitude towards working. Entrepreneurship is needed as well in working in your own enterprise and also when working as an employee. An entrepreneur earns his living with entrepreneurship. Usually he works in his own enterprise. This enterprise provides goods and services. These are used by consumers, other enterprises, and public communities. Entrepreneurship is an interesting choice of earning one's living. In many professions, work is being done as an entrepreneur. Do you know where does the word entrepreneurship come from? Do you know where does the word entrepreneurship comes from? Anybody knows perhaps? Semi says from France. Yeah, it is from the French word, and Izzy says entre. It is from the combination of the two words entreprendre. Yes, entrepreneurship is coming from the words entreprendre, so to do something, to start doing something, entrepreneur. So yeah, entrepreneurship is a way of living, is a way of life, but once you talk a vision that entrepreneurs usually develop for their business, that is a never-ending story. It might never be reached and it can always change. So I comment on the discussion, not on the discussion, but actually on the comments you write here in our discussion board. So, you know, now we know actually where does the word come from. And the word was developed by Cantillon. Cantillon, actually. Cantillon is the one who also said that entrepreneurs are have a speculative motive to start companies. So they buy today under convenient circumstances to be able to sell tomorrow for a very big difference, let's say perhaps in price. Asim is asking, entering. Yeah, it's also entering, but entreprendre is to start doing something. Entre, like entreprendre, to start doing something. So here we have a picture of 4 famous entrepreneurs, globally famous entrepreneurs. Some are not with us anymore, but the 3 others are here. And of course, we all know that these are Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and Bezos. And here we won't go through the stories on 12 greatest entrepreneurs, but there is a link that we provide to you if you want to learn more about who the greatest entrepreneurs globally are. I was asked in an email also if I can suggest for one of your first assignments for the forum discussion about successful entrepreneurs, some more entrepreneurs, as we provided the links of some very famous entrepreneurs from Slovenia and some other entrepreneurs. But for sure, the stories that we provided from Samo and Isa Login on the company Outfit 7, their idea is Talking Tom. It's actually video game Talking Tom. And the company was just successfully purchased, successfully actually sold. There you can, of course, go after more and more information about this company. And also there are some very well-known names like Ivo Buscarol, who is behind a very famous company in Slovenia that is Pipistrel. And the Pipistrel company is famous for ultralight planes. Like Akrapovic is the next one, with his very difficult name to be pronounced, actually for you coming from different cultures. Akrapovic developed with this name a famous brand known globally. His company is producing these whole exhaust systems for motors, for motorbikes, and so on. But of course, here are not our Slovenian entrepreneurs known globally. Here on this list are actually greatest entrepreneurs from the globe. So just go and try to get as much as possible information about them, to be active also in the forum discussion. Yeah, Abdul said just go to the Silicon Valley, of course. Also, Samo and Isa Login with Talking Tom, they went to the Silicon Valley, and many others who succeeded with their business ideas. And not only in high tech, because there are many very successful entrepreneurs who succeed with actually other activities, not only strongly actually IT, IKT, or let's say biotech activities. So which are the characteristics of entrepreneurs of the 21st century? We, of course, can think about the creativity, the visionarism, the ability to recognize and take advantage of opportunities. So it's not just the ability to recognize the opportunities, it is ability also to take the advantage of opportunities. That they are very resourceful, that they are independent thinkers, hard workers, forget about anything else but 24/7, optimistic, innovators, risk takers, and leaders. These are the characteristics that we think and we believe are really the necessity for the 21st century. 21st century, not 24th, if somebody understood perhaps that I said 24th. And which are the common characteristics associated with entrepreneurs? They are the drive to achieve, commitment, determination, perseverance, opportunity orientation, initiative, responsibility, persistency for problem solving, seeking feedback, listening to the feedback, integrating it in the existing solutions to make products better, internal locus of control. And there are some more: tolerance for ambiguity, calculated risk-taking. There I have to say something, ask you a question. What do you believe? Are entrepreneurs risk-takers, or are entrepreneurs risk averters? Risk takers or risk lovers, or they are risk averters? Asim votes for both. Okay, risk takers, risk takers and risk lovers. I mean, it's the same, Violeta and Muhammad. So risk lovers or risk averters? What do you think? Risk lovers, you say. What if I say that they are risk avert? Would you agree with me? They are risk avert. You know why? Because we are both teachers of economics, Anita and me. And here we are talking in difference curves. Here we are talking that actually entrepreneurs are always calculating the risk they take. So they are moderate risk takers. They are not risk lovers. For each unit of risk, or for each unit of extra, or for each extra unit of risk taken, they demand extra rewards. That's actually risk avertness. So I believe now you understand what we meant. So we just spoke now from the economics point of view. So let me see your comments. Anna, yeah, they are not gamblers. They take calculated, moderate risk. That's why I wanted to explain here it a little better. You understand now. We have some risk lovers. They, just take the risk for whatever price, even if they don't survive. Like DOBA Karnichar when he skied down the A4, I believe, in the Himalaya. I believe you heard of it. So, yes. The common characteristics associated with entrepreneurs are also integrity, reliability, tolerance for failure, high energy level, creativity and innovativeness, self-confidence and optimism, independence and team building. So when you will work on the forum, on the assignment, let's say discussion in a forum about successful entrepreneurs, it will be a little bit easier. Of course, you can read certain chapters in the books of Paul Burns, and also now from Beringer and Ireland that we published for you. Not we published for you, but we provided for you. And which are characteristics of successful entrepreneurs? You see, so the successful entrepreneur should have a product and customer focus, should have passion for the business, should have execution intelligence and tenacity despite failure. And just a few words about creativity and entrepreneurship. In the last 20 years, there was some research done in Finland and on young entrepreneurs. But you can, of course, on internet find a lot, or let's say many surveys on creativity of young people and creativity of entrepreneurs. And we can say in the last 20 years, entrepreneurs and innovators have radically transformed the economy of the world. And we are talking about E generation, let's say E, that's entrepreneurial generation. They seem to love the entrepreneurial game for its own sake. And what is entrepreneurial creativity? Entrepreneurship is typically defined in terms of innovation. And for example, Schumpeter, back there in 1934, he said that entrepreneurial activity involves the creative destruction within a particular branch or industry. Thus, entrepreneurship is a particular form of innovation. Do you understand what creative destruction means? How can creative destruction contribute to innovativeness? Can you tell me? Comment? Any comment? creative destruction. How come this is innovative? Somebody wants to comment? No comments? Okay, then I have to explain this creative destruction. So in the industry, or in an industry, or in branch, there is always a certain equilibrium. And this equilibrium has to be, or is creatively distracted by introduction of new products. There is always equilibrium in demand and supply for the existing products that is distracted by the introduction of the new products. But the new products also involve innovativeness, and as the new products and services are supposed to be better, more innovative, highly innovative, for example, the previous equilibrium, which is distracted in a creative way, will now be actually again set on a higher level. So the creative destruction is positive. Yes, I see your comments, yes. And here we are, almost at the end of presentation. So entrepreneurial creativity we can define as the implementation of novel, useful ideas to establish a new business, new products or services, to find new ways and develop new ways of producing and delivering the products, and ways of obtaining resources to produce or deliver the products or services. So creativity can enter into entrepreneurial activity in many ways.